Hello everybody, my name is Jorge Velasco and today we are talking about melody. Melody might be the most intuitive approach we can take to start with this series on how to make music for games. You have been singing melodies your entire life, so today we are learning a little bit about how to create them. I could talk about this for hours, but in this video I'll try to start with some basic concepts. The vast majority of melodies you have heard your whole life are created from modes, and there are many different ways to work with them. The tonality used by classical composers is a very concrete way to work with two modes. Jazz musicians use modes in another different way. The old Gregorian chants had yet another set of rules. The folk music from all the world use modes in another way, and I'm not even starting with Indian modal system because that's actually deep and complex. Okay, so you get the point. You could spend years studying modes. So what are the basic concepts we can use to start creating small melodies? A mode is a group of notes with a gravity center. Depending on which notes we have in this group and the relationship they have with the gravity center, the mode is gonna create a different feeling. Now you might be thinking, what the actual fuck does that mean? Okay, let's break it down and you are gonna get it really quickly. Tell me, what do you think about this? What's wrong with this? Because there is something wrong, right? You might be thinking, okay, that's because the melody is not complete. Now look at this. It wasn't complete either this time, but the first time was like much more dramatic. Why is that? Here we are getting into the tension concept. I want to make a video about this in the future, but for now let's put it that way. This melody has a gravity note. It is the last note of the melody, and once you get to it, the melody feels complete. The second time I finished in the gravity note. That's why it didn't feel so dramatic even when the melody was not complete. But the first time I finished just before the end. It's like finishing in the climax. Imagine that you are watching The Lord of the Rings, and you are almost finishing the trilogy. You are watching this scene in the Mount of Doom with Frodo and Sméagol fighting for the ring, and the movie ends. Right there. Imagine your feelings at that point. It would be like, what the fuck, man? This is not the end of the movie, come on. Now imagine that you are watching The Fellowship of the Ring for the first time. And the movie finished when the hobbits made it to Rivendell, just like this.
Bilbo!
Hello, Frodo, my lad.
Bilbo!
Oh.
This time, the movie is not complete either, but it doesn't feel as dramatic as the first time. Well, that's exactly what we are trying to do in music. We have this gravity point, and then the song create tension by going away from this point, and when we have already reached our climax, we go back home and then the song is over. So that is what this gravity note is. It's like the zero stress point of the melody. If you want your melody to work, it needs a zero tension point and a high tension point. Then your job is to go from one point to the other in a way that makes your theme interesting. If it still sounds confusing, let's make an exercise. Take a pen and a piece of paper and draw this. Now I will play a theme that you probably know, and while you hear it, complete the graphic. I'm doing it with you, let's go. This is more or less what you are trying to achieve while writing music. So let's jump into the second point. Okay, so we have this melody. As you can see, it goes from C to A and then back to C, which is the center of gravity, the main note. You can call it however you want. And now let's see how does it sound. Yeah, I know it's like pretty basic, but if you don't understand what I mean with the relationship the notes have between them, blah blah blah, check it out. This is the scale or the mode of this melody, which those are the white keys from the piano or the keyboard. This is what we call the major scale. So let's change the relationship these notes have between them. Let's change the space between notes. Sorry. Okay. It sounds different. Okay. But this melody doesn't have B, but okay. Let's take this mode. Now let's write this melody, but with these notes. The E goes down, E and D. Now this melody is made from this mode or this scale, not the previous one. Let's see how does it sound. So I think that this is enough theory for this video. Now we are going to take all all the concept that we have been talking about, and let's create something. Here in MuseScore, select File, New, and just copy my settings. This, 8 right there, and finish. Okay, so what are we doing now? First, you have to choose a mode. You can use any scale, any mode. You can search on the internet, on books, whatever. For the sake of simplicity, I think that I'm using this scale. Okay. I'm sorry. This is the minor scale, or the Aeolian mode. As you can see, those are the white keys of the piano, just like in the previous example. But because we are choosing a different main note, a different center of gravity, the feeling of the mode is going to be different than the last one, than the major scale. So if we have this mode, now we know the notes that we can use to write the melody. So let me delete that. Okay, so the first note is going to be our main note, and the last note is going to be also our main note, and you have this space to create your melody. There is no wrong or bad things. You have to start developing your ear, developing a new skill. So just try to apply the concept we have been talking about in this video, and try to have fun and create something. Let me try. So now you have your first melody. It is not going to be the next Assassin's Creed main theme, but this is something. This is if you don't know nothing about music, I think that this is a pretty good start. You can start creating small melodies, small themes that you can use maybe in a game, for a game jam, in small projects, maybe a mobile game, I don't know. The important thing is that you can start working on this and improving. So I think this is all for this video. You can leave me a comment if you don't understand something, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video on the series. Thank you guys so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, and see you very soon. Keep it easy.